Hello everyone, my name is Jesse and this is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time. And today is a debut within the Ace Combat series. This is Assault Horizon. And we're going to be hearing two songs. Rebirth and then I think it's Rush? Yeah, Rush. Both are from the channel, one of the best YouTube channel names I've ever seen, Ham. And these are requested by Darton. Thank you very much. Two things I want to say before I get started. Just heard Ace Combat the other day with Ace Combat 2, so that was interesting. Just like funk fusion and like punk rock, and Ace Combat music is all over the place. And the other thing is, just as a side note, I'm really curious how I am going to physically feel because I am exhausted right now to the point of delusion. So I wonder if that's going to reflect here. You ever get so tired that you just start kind of like getting energy out of nowhere? That's where I'm at right now. So, I'm gonna pass out as soon as these are done. This is Rebirth. Don't know how the music in Assault Horizon is, but I did see some reviews and didn't look too good. But we'll talk about that later. Reviews, schmivvy. Let's go. This is Rebirth. Ace Combat music. We're gonna hear a lot of microtones and Indian scales. I don't know if this is Kaiki Kobayashi, but man, it sounds. Ace Combat music is just. Is there any info on this song? Just one of three. Oh, it is Kaiki Kobayashi. Well, that's the first time in my life I've ever heard that instrumentation go into this instrumentation. I've never heard that. That's a first. It's like two completely different worlds just merged. I wonder, are they going to go back or are they going to combine them somehow? It doesn't even sound like the same song. Two hits. It's like they're taking turns. Like a duel, kind of. And then back to the orchestra. Oh! I see pairs. Real locations? Actually, I've always wondered that. If Ace Combat takes place in kind of made-up worlds or real life, or both. Retellings of war or just kind of their own stories. I think Ace Combat might be the most... What am I thinking of here? The most inconspicuous game with this music. You would never... Maybe you would, but I would never guess. Almost every time that a song comes from Ace Combat. I think I was told recently that it used to be called Air Combat, and then it changed. I think I saw that. It was a recent comment. If you guys happen to know, do they use real jets, or are they just maybe there's like a copyright thing and they use something similar, like change a couple of the specs. What is this game? I'm gonna guess these pictures that were chosen have nothing to do with what's playing. I don't think this, and I think France. Just picking back up into a release. Well, they definitely have music from all around the world. Spanish stuff, American sounding stuff, Indian. I'm pretty sure that's a real plane. I know nothing about aviation, really. So bizarre to me. Think of it this way. In the entire world, there's probably less than like 10 songs like this that combine these two sounds. We're listening to something very rare, I would have to imagine. This sounds very military. It sounds very like this I can imagine the sound of aviation and like military. It has that kind of feel. But you got that underlying ding ding. I have the Wikipedia pulled up here. I'm gonna read it later. I haven't read it yet. Yeah, I think these pictures are just random screenshots from the game. So, I doubt they have to do with anything. You know, it's not every day that you hear something you've never heard before. And it's something that, it's actually one of the biggest reasons why music is my favorite thing in the world. Because it's still that one thing to me that'll never get old, I guess. But it always makes me feel like when I was a kid learning stuff, learning 2 languages or learning how to ride a bike or something, whatever. You know, just the idea of learning for the first time. With music, a lot's been done already. A lot of genres. Sometimes maybe might even come across a new genre in our lifetime, maybe a couple. But they're all variations of each other, and there's only so many chords you can play and notes between those chords and arpeggios and scales. And then you have stuff like this, which is music from other parts of the world where they use even more notes. Notes like in between Western music notes that we all know over here. So to hear something new is bizarre as someone in my 30s. You know what I mean? I feel like, even with video game music, there's times where you just feel like you've heard it all. Or there's nothing else that can sprout. But then you remember that there's billions of people in the world. Billions. And that one of those billions, they got to make something new, you know? I would have never imagined these two sort of sounds to work together or be together. But it works somehow. And honestly, what better game than Ace Combat? You know? I still don't think I've heard enough Ace Combat. I want to say in my entire life, it's all been here on the channel, it's been like 10 songs, maybe less. Something around there. 10 songs from multiple games. And what I've gathered in those, let's just say 10 songs, or whatever the number is, that it's not just variety, but almost like they're going out of their way to make you go like, huh, this music comes from this kind of game? Because that's my reaction every single time. It's unexpected, but it's expected now. I'm not saying that like the mystery of Ace Combat is over now, but I think Ace Combat music is kind of perfect for something based on video game reactions. You know what I mean? When I started doing this 3 years ago, there really wasn't anyone doing it. So now I don't really keep up with other channels. But I would have to imagine after 3 years, there's at least more than 5 or something, you know, like there's definitely channels out there that kind of focus on video game music or stuff, maybe, or reactions, I should say. I have no idea, actually. You tell me. You guys are the audience. I kind of stay away from. I watch other stuff on YouTube because, one, I just do, because if I stayed in this realm, I would go crazy. I need to separate. But also, I've always been very big on like not having outside influences. You know, I don't want to like accidentally take someone else's saying or something like that. It's just always me. Anyways, I think Ace Combat music is kind of one of those perfect things to show someone new, and then you tell them what kind of game it is, and they're like, huh? I get that feeling, and I know what kind of game it is before I click play, because I see the title and I see the jets. But it's still wild. My first impression was zero. Flamenco song. So it makes me wonder. It makes sense though, because you're flying, that maybe you just go all around the world in this game. There's at least 6 or 7 games, so surely there's got to be some settings to change it up. So it makes sense, actually. Maybe it's not so bizarre. It makes perfect sense to travel the world and hear this region's music, this country's sound, these percussions from blank country. Yeah, why not? I think I just figured out the secret to Ace Combat. Okay, I'm still gonna hold off on the wiki because I want to hear this other song. That was crazy though. That was really, really good. Love the Indian influence here. The vocals, the merging of Eastern and Western music together. I never heard of that before. Okay. This came out in 2011. 2011, so that was PS3 era? Xbox 360. This is Rush. From the same game? Where are we going to now? What instruments are we going to hear now? Oh, maybe these two are related. I'm hearing the... Dude, I wish I knew all the family of Indian instruments. There's so many. See, I hear this and I think of like this side scroller of like Prince of Persia or something. Ooh, it's a lot of destruction. And I think this is also the first time I'm hearing electronic with Indian sounds too. Nice build up. Oh, I feel the drum beat's about to kick in right now, isn't it? Ace Combat. Oh man, those sound so compressed, but it's cool. How old is this upload? 13 years. Excuse me, electronic, Indian, and metal. And orchestral. 4 for 1. Oh man, you can tell the upload is old. It sounds like devastation. Mind you, the last Ace Combat I heard was really funky. This sounds like black metal. This right here, this orchestral and metal thing, this sounds like black metal. So now we are in Norway. We went from India to Norway. We're now listening to Behemoth. Dude. That was sick. There's so many firsts going on right now. This song is everywhere. Well, I'm not sure if the game is actually that bad. Can never really trust reviewers anyways. You should never trust reviewers anyways. Just play the game if you want. But I did see it upon searching for it, because I wanted to see when it was released. I saw that like one of the first questions was like, why is Ace Combat Assault Horizon so hated? Damn, okay, what's the first thing I see? Although I don't know that, and I didn't click that. I'm gonna read. Oh, there's a 3DS game too. Assault Horizon Legacy. Let me know how that is. Assault Horizon is a spin-off installment of the Ace Combat Flight Simulation video game series. Project Aces, Bandai Namco, PS3, Xbox 360. October 2011. It's October now, so... Woo! 2 years later on Windows. Then it's discontinuation right after that. It kind of sucks. The title has also been removed from Steam listings. That sucks. So I don't know how many of the returning people worked on this game. So across the board, I'm seeing like 70 out of 100, 7 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. Take this with a grain of salt. Critics praise the real-world settings, graphics, and the soundtrack. Yeah. But criticize the game for being repetitive and overly scripted. What does that mean? Critics also praised the voice acting of the characters. Reception from the audience has also been positive. Users on Metacritic give a 6.8 out of 10 and a 7.2 for the PS3. Just goes on and on and on. I never really looked at that ever. It was just here and I was curious. Because again, that one thing was like, why is it so hated? Well, it's a spin-off. Maybe that has a big thing to do with it. But a spin-off of what? Like 4, 5, 6, something like that? Or it just kind of came out of nowhere and did its own thing. I wonder what would make a series drift off into a spin-off. Anyways, whatever. You guys can tell me. You guys are the ones that play these. By the way, just curious. Maybe some of you that are watching this, but I truly wonder how influential these games were to someone's like career. Maybe they got into aviation and then they joined the Air Force or something. You know what I mean? Surely a small percentage did. Interesting to think about, you know, such a big thing. But anyways, well, I'm here to talk about the music, and the music was, like I said, like I can't even be surprised anymore. But how can you not be when it's stuff like that? That's so wild to me. We just heard, okay, in the past 7 days, I heard Ace Combat 2, which was extremely funk. A different composer, but still, same game. Then I hear this one, which is a debut, and we start off with Indian sounds, Indian instruments, followed by Western orchestra sounds in the same song. That was weird. Not weird. I gotta be careful with my words, you know, because the internet can... Weird is cool. You know, weird is cool. It's different. And then that was already kind of enough mental stimulation for the night. But no. We had to hear Rush right after. That was, I think... It's been months. I don't even know how long. I can't remember the last time I heard a song like that. Where it was a witch's cauldron of sounds. Everything I said earlier about like genres combining, this just like went tenfold with it. They just went haywire with it. Who's the composer? Does it say on this one? I don't know if it says on this one. Let me see. Again, it says Kaiki Kobayashi in Project Ace's team. I don't know. I'll have to look into that myself, but because I see on the wiki there was like 5 different names, so I never really depend on YouTube descriptions for a composer. I usually go to VGMDB. Oh, that reminds me. The audio quality was pretty bad, but it's happens on this channel, right? Because the requesters send me their link. It's not their fault. Whatever, you know. I never even really... It's not even a negative thing. I always have to say this because I want to make sure people know that I didn't really... I would say it hinders my enjoyment by like 2% or something. It's so minimal. I can hear the song underneath all the compression of 13 years ago on YouTube. YouTube is weird, you know? Like, even my older videos on this channel, 3 years ago, there was heavy compression on it, and I don't know why, you know? Something changes, codex changes. Anyways, so I can't even imagine what this sounds like in game. This was so busy. It started with that Indian thing again. And then it just went straight on metal. And then it went black metal, symphonic, Norwegian, black metal, harmonies. I think I lost track of what was going on throughout. We heard like electronic stuff. The drum sounded... The drum, I'm not sure, because again, it could have been the compression of this video. The drum sounded, I think, programmed, which is fine, but I don't think they were real. Who knows? It's a PS3, so there was definitely performers at the time, but it sounded like they really had a specific sound in mind, and maybe they couldn't hire a drummer that can do that. I don't know. But, damn. That was... And the thing is, the song never stayed put. It just kept moving. I don't even know if it looped. That was a song that you need to hear like 3 times to somewhat get a grasp on it. And you guys are playing while this is happening. So there's explosions, there's missiles going off. There's, you know, looping of jets. There's just stuff happening. It's called Rush. And that is probably the most fitting. It's like a head rush. That's all I really got. That was so unique and bizarre. Really cool. I was not expecting to hear all those genres combined whatsoever. And I don't think I'm going to hear a song like that. I don't know. I'm just going to throw a random number. Maybe a year at least. Or multiple years. Even in the video game world, something like that is not common to come by. Bizarre song. And really, really cool. I can't think of anything else. My brain is fried. This took it over the edge. This was like, okay, you've had enough mental movement today. Please tell me where these songs play, what's happening, where are you, if that's a better question. Did you play Assault Horizon? What did you think of Assault Horizon? Is it actually bad? Or is it one of those like, it's good, but by default, compared to the other ones, there has to be a worse one? There's many factors that can go into it. What a debut of Ace Combat Assault Horizon. Okay. Thank you, Darton, for the request. Thank you, Ace Combat fans. You've been here for a long time. And thank you to all my patrons you see here. I could not be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Have a good night.